guys, Steph here, or Steffu, you can call me whichever, it's fine. I hope you're all keeping well during this difficult time in your quarantine and that I've been binging on like stuff on Netflix and Disney Plus and I love it. And I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing after my friends kind of like started playing. I thought, that's it, I'm jumping on the bandwagon, why not? no. So the other day, I saw a little trailer on Twitter for the brand new Looney Tunes cartoons coming out in May on HBO Max, and to be honest, I'm actually pretty excited for this. As a long-time fan of Looney Tunes, this will hopefully bring back what makes these cartoons and characters like so memorable, endearing, funny, and maybe introduce new generations of people to the brilliance the classics brought to us many, many months ago. Sad thing is I haven't got HBO Max and I don't know if I can afford another streaming service. What is the matter with me? Ah! Then again, where am I gonna like watch it? Like, am I gonna install it on my Xbox One or my freaking, I don't know, PS4? I mean, I've already got Netflix on my TV and I got like Disney Plus, which is actually my fiance's subscription on my Xbox One. Yeah, like when I got my Xbox One, when I got Disney Plus, I actually got it like a few months before it came out here in March because my fiance is from Netherlands and he lives up there, and I went to see him over Christmas and he already had Disney Plus up there, which is really cool, and he actually made me an account, and so he installed it on my Xbox One. When I came back to England, like it already started to work, so I could like watch a lot of shows, and I was like binging on like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and all these documentaries and that, and it is so cool. I love it. I do recommend Disney Plus. Now please put more good shows on there. We want to see more good shows. We want freaking make my music on there. So yeah, go get Disney Plus, guys, if you like your Disney. Now, if only WB would do their own little thing. I bet Netflix now are going to start, not Netflix, what's it called? Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon are going to start probably filling in now all their stuff, you know. That'll be pretty cool, actually, you know. Like, show some classic stuff we've not seen on Cartoon Network in a long time, unless you just go out and get the DVDs like I did with the Powerpuff Girls and all that. Anyway, so yeah, I have loved Looney Tunes since I was a little girl. Oh my god, I can't even remember the first cartoon I ever saw. It might have been the case of the Missing Rabbit because I got a good memory of like certain moments in my head from cartoons, even if they weren't the most interesting. Like, I remember watching Case of the Missing Hair again like years and years later, and I could hear like bugs humming and singing off screen, and you could hear popping sounds. He's plucking up the carrots from the ground, and I remember thinking, I think I remember this cartoon when I was a little girl, and I barely remember the story, but when I saw it again, I was like, oh my god, I think I do remember this cartoon. But yeah, I love Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies. They are just terrific. Think of any cartoon shorts from like the golden age, like, you know, like Disney and Warner Brothers and all that. I think Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies are like some of my favourites. They're just so good, brilliant. They just bring back a whole lot of memories for me. I think I prefer them much more to the Disney shorts. I don't know why. Sometimes I think they're a bit obnoxious, which is saying a lot. When Warner Brothers is more like loud and, you know, slapstick and anvils and all that. So like I said, upon seeing this, I decided to do something I've never done before on my channel, and that's a review. This is nothing original. Many people have done it, so why not? Because, you know, no one's original anymore. Is anything original anymore? Yes? No? Okay. Well, don't bitch about it. So I got inspired by my very good friend, SpongicX, who does a lot of these reviews on his channel. I'm going to leave some links in the description below and everything. He doesn't just do reviews, he's also got his own like Tumblr and DeviantArt and Twitter and that, so you can check him out on there and everything. And you should really check out his art. He's on DeviantArt. I think that's where I discovered him, like with his art and that. He does like reviews, he does comic series that I'm part of called Nick, Clunk and Trailer, and the voice of Trailer on there, he's Nick, and some other characters I think, and my good friend Luke Holy is on there as well, and some other people. Holy, I always pronounce crap wrong, I apologise. Yeah, you know. Now I'm gonna level with you here, guys. I was planning to write this out as a script, but I didn't want to write anything stupid or cheesy. I kind of got told by Clint or SpongicX. I'll just say Clint for this. He says what comes from the heart, so I thought I could probably do that if I'm like energized and all that. And I tried writing one the other day, doing a quick video audio the other day, and it just sounded terrible because I was just so like I kept pausing, like this, yeah. And it just got really awkward, so I couldn't really do it. I was like, oh, I can't do this. I'm not going to be cut out for this. I suck. I'm going to go emo. I suck. But hey, I guess I'm all bubbly now. I've just been watching a bit of Netflix and playing a bit of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm repeating myself again and again and again like a jumping record. So yeah, I do recommend SpongicX stuff if you like his stuff. We met through I think through our love for Conker, I think. I don't know, and I love the squirrels and cartoons and things, so it's really cool. So I was thinking about which cartoon from the classic golden age of Warner Brothers I should do a review on, and after some consideration, I settled on doing an old favourite of mine, which I loved way back from when I was a little kid, and that's A Corny Concerto. Now, I chose this cartoon because Clint said he was one day planning on doing a review on Fantasia, which is honestly my all-time favourite movie, period. I love it. It's a beautiful film. It's gorgeous to look at. It's lovely to listen to. It's not just... there's no heaps and heaps and heaps of dialogue every moment. That's what I love about it. And, I love it. But I didn't actually see Fantasia first until, like, sometime after this cartoon, I think. I remember when we rented Fantasia on VHS years and years ago, and I remember just loving it. I was intrigued by it, and we ended up getting it on video later on in the mail as a gift, I think. And oh my god, it's one film that you cannot have in your collection. But I'm not going on about Fantasia today, or Disney. I'm sorry, I'm moving that aside, pushing you aside, mate. I'm going on about a cartoon here called A Corny Concerto. It was directed by Bob Clampett and was released in 1943. Oh my god, that's like almost 80 years old now, can you believe it? That's crazy. I have loved this cartoon since I can remember. We ended up with like VHS, I think like twice, or 3 times, I think, when I watched it on a special. I remember like on Easter Sunday years ago they were showing this Bugs Bunny documentary. I'm guessing because of Easter Sunday, bunny rabbits, rabbits. They were showing a Bugs Bunny thing, and I remember just thinking, oh, this is awesome. And they showed this cartoon with it. And we had like 2 VHS tapes with the cartoon on it, so it was always a joy to watch every time. It didn't matter how many times you saw it. It was a real treat. So Carnegie Hall presents A Corny Concerto. I love this show so much. It was directed by Bob Clampett, animated by Bob McKimson. The story was by Frank Tashlin, and musical direction was of course by the lovely, legendary Carl Starling, who I have so much admiration for. He's brilliant. I mean, a lot of people admire him too. So the cartoon opens up with this wonderful little Carnegie Hall presents like Broadway style like banner outside a club or something, which I think is lovely. And it plays this lovely piece of music from Tchaikovsky. I think it's one of his concertos. I can't remember which one it was. But that was that's like the first time I remember hearing that tune. I didn't know what it was for years and years, and I didn't pay attention. But I actually remember this so well. I heard this tune at the start of the title card, and then one day I remember watching. This is a habit, guys. I'm sorry. I remember watching the animated cartoon series of the Addams Family, and there was one moment when Morticia and Gomez were talking together, and he kept kissing her hand and going on and on, God knows what. And I remember hearing this particular piece of music. I'm gonna have to pick what it's called now. Tchaikovsky. Oh, what was it? Corny. No, what's it called? Concerto. Piano Concerto number 1. That was it. I just looked up now quickly and have a look. Yep. Beautiful piece of music. I remember hearing that on the Addams Family, and I remember thinking, oh, that was what you hear in Looney Tunes cartoon, Merry Melodies. Yes, of course. And I remember falling in love with it as a little girl, and that's how I knew it was another piece of classical music, because of the Addams Family. And these cartoons tend to play a lot of classical music. I mean, Carl Starling's musical direction was brilliant. Like, I think a lot of like composers do get inspired by him. I hear that even Robin Beeland of Rare was inspired when he did it for Conquest Bad Fur Day. Oh my god, I love this guy so much. I could just, oh my god, he's amazing. Oh my god, I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, so yeah, Corny Concerto. I love this cartoon because it parodies Fantasia, and I think that is just wonderful. You know, Warner Brothers really like to poke fun at Disney. I don't think Disney would ever have the guts to do the same. So this cartoon opens up with a parody of Fantasia, of course, and you got the Deems Taylor character. Like, you know, Deems Taylor was the man hosting Fantasia, and here he's parodied here by Elmer Fudd for these, you know, down to the glasses and the you know, the outfit. And it's a wonderful gag where the sash just keeps like falling off or anything and hitting him in the face. Like, I remember as a kid I used to think that was so funny. And so yeah, it's played out so well. He's got the 5 o'clock shadow and the, you know, glasses. I remember my little brother says, "Oh, remember that cartoon with Elmer Fudd and the glasses?" And I was so excited when I got it on DVD, like in my gold collection of Looney Tunes. Oh, it's just wonderful. So this cartoon is made up of 2 segments because, you know, it's like 8 minutes long, this cartoon. Both parodying Fantasia, and they're both composed by Johann Strauss, one of my favourite composers ever. So the first one is Tales from Vienna Woods, a lovely piece of music. And what I really love about this cartoon is the opening shot after the title card of the first segment with this beautiful forest that pans to its right to show you all the trees. It just looks lovely. It just reminds me of Bambi, but the funny thing is Bambi didn't come out at a time, so it's kind of like it sort of like predicted Bambi. You know, in the opening of Bambi, when you see the pan shot of that forest, that wonderful lens shot, you know, of all the what do they call it? Oh god, I'm not a very good not an animator, so I wouldn't know. I don't know, study animation, but like you get this beautiful shot of the forest that pans slowly for a little bit. It just looks lovely, and all done in time with the music before it like scopes out to the next shot of our hunter, played here by Porky Pig. And I love how here he's like doing his little step by step in time with the music. It is just wonderful. It's like it's Fantasia material right there. I mean, the backgrounds are gorgeous with its pastel colours. Porky's accompanied by this unnamed dog, I think, who also appeared in another cartoon, but I don't think he had a name. I really like how you got Porky and he's like holding up a sign. There's no dialogue at all in this at all. That's what makes it more like Fantasia material. No talking at all. But there's sound effects and lots of gunshots in that. I'll give you that. So that's to give it more of like a comical style of the Looney Tunes. And I really love this moment where Porky is holding up you know, like a sign that says, "I'm hunting that." Well, you can quite make out what that could say with the controversy. Yeah, like you can't even see the word, but it's all censored out, you know, with how profanity is portrayed. I'm looking for that. Insert swear word here, rabbits. So yeah, this like before Elmer Fudd, I think, was like more into like chasing bugs than anyone else. But at the time, it used to be Elmer Fudd who was chasing bugs, or like a prototype of bugs. I just love this cartoon though. I mean, these backgrounds are, and not just the backgrounds, but the animation is just wonderful and rubbery, and it's Bob Clampett at his best. I mean, look at the shot here of Bugs Bunny. When you see the shot of him, like, you don't see him all the way, you just see his feet, one of his feet, just reaching up just to pop the leftover carrot pieces in the pedal bin. It just looks amazing just by frame. So yeah. So basically the whole story of this is, you know, Porky and his dog are out hunting rabbits, but Bugs, being the smart aleck he is, has many tricks up his sleeve. Like this wonderful like gag with the etiquette ear. Yeah, it ain't polite to point. You can just hear that in his voice. Like, it ain't polite to point, Doc. My voice cracked there, and I'm not very good at doing a Mel Planck impression, but my voice really just cracked there. It ain't polite to point, Doc. So yeah, and I love how Bugs just like parodies ballet movements, yet he's still his average trickster in his traits. So it's got like the whole comedy routine here with Porky and his dog and Bugs. And like I said, the backgrounds are just, I just love the color palette. Like, each tree and moment like has a bit of blue and a bit of green. It just looks lovely. It just makes you think of the Pastoral Symphony in Fantasia, which I believe was kind of its inspiration parody. Although this is set in a forest, it's just lovely. I've never seen a Bob Clampett cartoon look so beautiful, and yet it's still so funny and daring and charming. So Bugs just continues to torment Porky and his dog, and he does the whole like, you know, tricks the thing like he did with Elma in another cartoon, like he imitates a gun, or he imitates Porky's dog here, you know. But of course the dog is not stupid. He's like, don't shoot, with no dialogue. It's just nope, don't shoot. No. And of course, being Bugs, he decides to he's a sort of trickster. So in the end, Bugs just decides to go too far and chuck the guy to this little tree trunk belonging to a squirrel, who actually proceeds to shoot at them. Like, wow, squirrels have guns! Take that, Conker's bad fur, eh? And I noticed something really interesting here. The moment he shoots at the trio here, they're all like towered on top of each other like a totem pole, and I think they're kind of doing a like the Three Monkeys, see no evil, speak no evil, but that could be just me thinking it. I don't know. So, again, I love how the bush just flops down like a blanket, you know, like a parachute blanket or something like you have in class. And again, in time with the music, it's just terrific. Like, you know, Porky comes out in time with the tune, and he thinks he's been shot, along with the dog, and along with Bugs. And this is just a wonderful gag that they do a lot in cartoons. And then, of course, when Porky and the dog realise that they're okay, they've not been shot at all, presumably Bugs decides to go for the act, pretending he has been shot. Well, we think he's been shot. I mean, sorry, spoiler. But hey, that's Bugs for you. He knows how to play the fool, right? You can play possum and get away with it. So Porky and the dog suddenly have a change of heart and think, oh, he's dead, we gotta revive him. You know, first aid kit from nowhere. It's a cartoon thing, you guys. Logic doesn't have to make sense in cartoon physics. So then, while Porky's trying to revive Bugs, he actually exposes a baby blue bra on Bugs. Yeah, a bra. Guys, what the heck? Well, then again, what do you expect? This cartoons were made for adults back then, so don't think this was just kid stuff, guys. But what I really love about this is Bugs' scream, and, you know, he just immediately just takes to this as assault, or like sexual harassment, guys. But then again, Bugs is used to wearing women's clothing all the time. Not just a bra, but complete with pumps and a skirt. I love how he just chucks the bra like on the two who are after him, and he just gets away with it. You know, he's such a trickster. But when he does it, though, is like how Porky and the dog just have a change of heart. Like, we've shot him. I think he's been shot. And you know, they're such hypocrites. Like, weren't they after him? Nope. That's all that kind of got gagging cartoons. So this little segment ends with Bugs trying to finish off the routine, ballet style, but as soon as the tune reaches its climax, he just falls to the ground and drops. It's just wonderful. So after that, we go to the next segment where Elma introduces us to, and again, he loses his sash completely, along with his frickin' trousers, you complete idiot. You need to get yourself fixed, man. So we get to the next segment. I remember falling in love with this segment and the cartoon immediately. It's set to the lovely tune of the Blue Danube, very famous little waltz by Strauss. You know, Johann Strauss was known as the king of waltz, and I love how it opens like the title card with lovely watery shot, like, you know, it's set in the water, you know, Blue Danube, and then parodying Fantasia's reed flute, the dance of the reed pipes. Reed pipe. Well, you know, reed flutes. Oh, for God's sake, you know what I mean, with the little blossom petals. We get that, like a little Fantasia homage here. And then we cut to another gorgeous background. I remember just falling in love with this background as a little kid. I love the trees and the clouds and everything, and just the backdrop. It just looks gorgeous. I would actually own a painting of this. I would love to own a painting like this. It's just beautiful. And the stars of this story is a Mother Swan with her three little cygnets. And of course, they have to, like, go in time with the tune, and they all tend to quack. I don't know why swans are quacking, I have no idea, but that's cartoons for you. So we've got Mother Swan, she's got three little babies who are, like, happily on a stroll together for a lovely swim. And we also have, I think it's meant to be like a baby Daffy Duck or a young sheepy Daffy Duck. But they never really address that, but I'm assuming it could be a young Daffy. I mean, he looks like him. I'll just call him Little Daffy or Little Duck. I don't know. I'll just refer to him as a Little Duck, because what the heck. So the little duck is just minding his own business. And when he sees Mother Duck and her three little ones, he wants to join in with a quack. So he quacks the last two notes before it continues, which is perfect timing. Mother Duck just gives him this glare like, "Excuse me, do you mind?" And little Blackie here's like, "Oh, sorry, no, I'm off, no dialogue. No, backhand. I'm off. So basically this whole story starts off with pretty much the duckling trying to join the other little siblings, and Mother Duck. But of course, it fails every single time, and Mrs. Duck is not having it. There's just something wonderful about this moment. I remember as a kid just falling in love with it. I just fell in love with it because I loved it. Got me into swans. I think swans are beautiful and graceful, although they can be territorial. And of course, not far off while the swans are having their stroll, a large buzzard with this hilarious hepcat like hairdo, kind of like one of the Three Stooges almost, is out for brunch, and he spots the three babies and decides to snatch them one by one for his brunch, complete with salt and pepper. Like, again, done in time with the music. It's just so clever. It's just having to keep up with the comedic routine here. I love this little gag when he's snatching up the little babies. When it cuts to the third one, it has a little rudder underneath it. I'm like, what is it about? What the heck? And he ends up snatching the baby duckling, but rejects it right afterwards. I just love the duckling's expression. He's like, ugh, rejected again. It always reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog at the end screen, on the continuous screen of the old Sonic games. Like, I don't know what it was. He just reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog. I used to kind of always picture Sonic in this cartoon as that little black duck for some reason. So when Mrs. Swan realises her babies have been gone, she just completely panics and oh no, and of course she faints, realising her little ones are gone. So the little black duck actually tries to revive her, with water, although she's already probably soaking wet. And with a change of heart and a bit of modesty, the little black duck decides to rescue the babies and go after the buzzard. Yeah, no logic here. He's a baby swan. He's a little baby duck who's actually so brave. He can already fly and chase this massive buzzard. Cartoon logic, people. And I love this gag with the trees that, like, he flies past these trees and they hold on to each other like. It's kind of like a homage to flowers and trees, I think, from another Disney cartoon. So yeah, like I said, Warner Brothers loves to poke fun at Disney. And another gag I love here is like the little baby ducklings, cygnets, all have little parachutes when the swan, sorry, okay, I'm off the matter, mate. Jumbling up my words here. I suck at reviews, guys. I'm sorry. So Mrs. Swan, her babies end up with parachutes, which is kind of adorable. I mean, can you imagine them falling to the back in the lake and not surviving? That'd be kind of tragic. When the buzzard sees the duckling coming after him, he gives him a surprise TNT stick to get rid of him. And of course the buzzard ends up flying off to heaven, complete with a, fake wings, a harp, and a balloon just to fly away to the to heaven. But who knows? Maybe he's just leaving. God knows. Or he's been killed, which is kind of tragic, but in a comedic fashion. So because of this, Mrs. Swan in the end ends up just accepting little baby black duckling with him. I love this gag with the reflection here. I just think that's wonderful and clever. And again, we get a lovely backdrop of another beautiful background, which again I'm just in love with. Followed by a little wave by the swans and the little black duckling, and there the cartoon just ends like that. And what can I say? It's a beautiful cartoon. There's just something about it. I don't know what I can say about it more than just it's just beautifully animated. It's Bob Clampett. I mean, he was a genius. I mean, he put a lot of pizzazz into the Looney Tunes. He really put Looney into Looney Tunes, like into Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and, you know, Porky Pig and even Elmer Fudd. I don't know what I can say about this cartoon. I think it's just a brilliant cartoon. I remember watching it all the time. I love classical music. You know, I love animals and I love cartoons. It's got everything I love about this. It's got everything I love. You know, it's got beautiful color and background. It's lovely and traditionally animated or hand drawn. I mean, you can tell the animators were having a lot of fun. The whole crew were having fun with this cartoon. I mean, it's not the wackiest of Bob Clampett's cartoons, but it is still a classic, and it's just holds up a lot. So, if you guys want me to do any more of these cartoons or any more reviews on like cartoons or films, let me know, and I'll look into it. I'll have to really look at it hard because I'm not very used to this yet. Like I said, I was planning on like writing up, but SpongicX told me if you did it from the heart or from your own perspective and yourself, it's much more meaningful to you, and I respect that, of course. So thank you for inspiring me, dude. I really appreciate it. I hope I'll get to do this more often. And let me know if you want me to look at anything else. Maybe another Looney Tunes cartoon. I mean, I got so many Looney Tunes shorts I love. I don't know how many I could fit into a top 10 or something. I mean, there are so many Warner Brothers cartoons I love, but this one is definitely an all-time favorite of mine and up there. It's just a beautiful cartoon. It's musical. It's cute. It's lovable. It's silly. It's just Warner Brothers magic. I love it, and it pokes fun at Disney. How can you not love that? Yeah, it still makes you love Disney. I mean, what the hell? And it parodies Fantasia. I mean, Fantasia is just a gorgeous film, guys. I may do a review on Fantasia, but honestly, I really wanted to, but I'm going to let Clint get on with his review of that first whenever the time comes. So, yeah, I may do another film, like musical or something. I don't know, maybe Make My Music or something. That's a film I really love. But I don't know yet, guys. Let me know in the comments and everything, and I'll be more than happy to maybe do this once I get some idea how to write a freaking review. But like I said, I am not the greatest at reviews and crap like that. I mean, all I used to do was write crappy comments on Newgrounds and that, and thinking, "Oh, you suck! This sucked! Oh my god!" But I knew nothing about writing reviews at the time. I still don't. I mean, I'm not, you know. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Should I do more of these or not? And what was your favourite Bob Clampett cartoon or Looney Tunes cartoon in general? Do you have a favourite or any favourite characters in the Looney Tunes? Are you looking forward to the new Looney Tunes on HBO Max? Speaking of which, I didn't mind the Looney Tunes show. I will admit they kind of dumbed down Lola a little too much, but I'm not going to go into too much. I mean, she was still fun. I did like her, kind of, but I still feel they could have made her more smart still and a bit more, you know, still nice and lovable. But at least they didn't sexualize her too much, which is nice. But personally, I still like Cass Susie as Lola still. I think it's like a childhood thing, but don't get me wrong, I do like Kristen Wiig. I mean, she was in Bridesmaids, and I love Bridesmaids. And I didn't really see the other Looney Tunes stuff. I never saw Wabbit, or never saw that other Looney Tunes series or anything. I just never had time for it because I've been so busy. But if anything, guys, classic Looney Tunes all the way. I'm really looking forward to the new ones. Honestly, it looks amazing. It's just nice to see the old slapstick coming back, and we may have some modern stuff in there, but you know, guys, that modern times do come and go, and you know, references will roll in and out. I mean, look at Animaniacs and the shows like that, for God's sake. Or they stay in Tiny Toons. Welcome to the 90s. So yeah, guys, if anything, I hope you enjoy this. I'm sorry if I sounded a bit scatterbrained and crazy and giggly. It's just how it's just coming from the heart, guys. It's just me being me. So let me know, guys. Do you want me to review anything else? Maybe a film. So yeah, guys. If anything, I hope you enjoy this. I'm sorry if I sounded a bit scatterbrained and crazy and giggly. It's just how it's just coming from the heart, guys. It's just me being me. So let me know, guys. Do you want me to review anything else? Maybe a film you loved as a kid or anything. If you want to do any more of these, let me know. And especially a Looney Tunes cartoon. I would love to do more reviews on Looney Tunes because, come on, guys, I love Looney Tunes and you love Looney Tunes. Come on, who does not love Looney Tunes? So do I have to end with a traditional "that's all, folks" or what? I don't know. So thanks for watching and goodbye. Goodbye.